if you think of all the different mental abilities and you devise a test for each one of them, and you gave this test to a lot of people across the range of ability, what you'll find is the scores on all those tests are positively correlated with each other, suggesting that all tests of mental ability have something in common.
Right, sure, that's a great way of putting it.
Common is this G factor, this general ability to reason. And some individual tests have more G loading than other individual tests.
Right.
So,
yes.
And tests of abstract reasoning tend to be highly G loaded.
Right.
If I said to you, repeat the following numbers back to me, 3, 7, 2, 1, 6, 5, that's not a very highly G-loaded mental ability to be able to do that. But if I gave you a string like that and said, repeat them to me backwards, that becomes a G-loaded ability because you do a transformation.
Yes,
So,
well, the other thing to say about that, too, is that the positive relationship between those multiple assessments that you described is actually quite high.
right.
Right, that's the thing, is that general factor not only exists across domains of cognitive ability, but it tends to account for a substantial amount of the ability in each of those domains. So
Right.
it's kind of like G is kind of like a black hole for intelligence research, and everything keeps falling into it. So
that's an interesting way to put it, because now we have these genome-wide association studies that are finding these bits of DNA that are related to a latent factor of intelligence, which is the G factor, or to what they call educational attainment variables. Educational attainment is so highly correlated with IQ that's essentially the same thing. So we're really moving. When I was in graduate school, the question was, is there a genetic component to intelligence or not? To this kind of DNA analysis, trying to find bits of DNA that are going to be related to what we call intelligence or IQ testing or the G factor, and they seem to exist. There seems to be hundreds of them, each a tiny effect, which will make the ultimate story extremely complicated. But as I said before, I think it's a finite set of problems.
right.
And at the end of that sequence of solving those problems, I think there's a good chance we'll know how to increase IQ.